Hi, I'm Jonathan Smith with Prestige Yacht Sales. You can call or text me at 860-514-3763 or email me at jsmith@prestigeyahtsales.net. Today we're on the Mystic River. You can see Noank, Connecticut behind us. Beautiful Noank. I grew up in Noank, loved this area. And you can see this 1997 Tartan 3800 behind me. This is a 3-owner boat. First owner didn't have it very long. The second owner had it a long time. And the current owners had it 4 or 5 years now. And I know him from sailboat racing my whole life in this area, experienced yachtsman. And they've done a little bit of racing, a little bit of cruising, but very experienced guy that makes sure everything works the way it's supposed to. One of the nice features of this boat is last year the bottom was completely stripped, barrier coated, and fresh paint put on there, so it's got a real fast, smooth bottom. That's big money to do if you've ever had to do it. It's got some upgraded electronics, Raymarine electronics. You can see the radar behind me. It's got an autopilot that's newer, some newer GPS chart plotters, and there's some of the original Raymarine electronics as well. Single sideband on this boat. It has a diesel S-bar heater in there as well. It does not have air conditioning, but you do have that diesel heat that runs when you're away from shore power. That'll extend your seasons. It becomes a 3-season boat. Basically, this takes the edge off the springs and the falls around here in New England. What else can I tell you? It has a Dodger. It's not up right now. You might see the frame behind me. And an awning. So not a full-time bimini, but there's an awning that you can put up, attaches to the backstay, and provides sun protection to the cockpit when you're at anchor or just hanging out for a while. Propane stove, refrigeration, and a number of other things that we'll cover as we take a closer look. All right, hey, let's go do a drive around and we'll just show you kind of the top sides and I'll point out what I remember. All right, we got beautiful light here on Acadia. You can see Tartan 3800, beautiful boat. From a distance, the tow rail is in real nice shape. You get a little closer, there's a few little areas that could be refinished on the teak tow rail. I don't know if you can see it, but the bottom's got black bottom paint that's all stripped, all new. Looks really good. We do have a windlass on this boat, roller furling Genoa, a Raymarine radar. There's a number of upgrades to the running rigging, so all the lines are working in great shape, with a lot of lines having recently been replaced. Also, a new hydraulic backstay was recently installed, and that's a nice unit. If you know how to adjust your sails, flatten your mainsail, and when it gets windy, you pump up that backstay, and it depowers the mainsail, lets you point a little higher. You see, now we're looking at the starboard side. The light's not quite as good on this side, but the top sides look terrific. It's really a pretty boat. This is when Tartan built a really nice boat. So look at that. Pretty, huh? And we'll finish up by taking a look at the transom. And then we'll go aboard for a closer look at everything. I like the rake of that transom. That's sexy right there. Got a swim ladder back here. Hey, look, a Prestige Yacht Sales sign. Give me a call. All right, let's get aboard. We're on board this 1997 Tartan 3800. Looking around, you can see we've got some foam cockpit cushions on both seats. We have some older electronics, and then we have some newer stuff as well. Newer GPS chart plotter, and this is a touch screen, but if your hands are wet or whatever, there's also a manual controller, so you can push buttons and zoom in and out using that. We do have VHF down here on a cord that works, and we do have a newer autopilot controller as well. I don't know if the whole autopilot's new or just the controller, but that's there. And then down at the nav station, there's some other newer and older electronics we'll look at. Oh, and you can see up here at the companionway, there's also some older stuff. Speed, depth, wind, and then the newer unit all the way to the left's like a little multifunction display, and that'll do the speed, depth, and some other things as well. Notice we got a nice table. The finish is nice on this side when it's opened up. And then when you fold it down, the varnish is a little rougher, but that's all right. It sees more sun when it's folded down. In the back of the boat here, we have a brand new hydraulic backstay the current owner installed. You can see it's a Sailtech unit with a gauge. He does a little bit of racing, kind of a racer cruiser, experienced sailor, very knowledgeable. Got some self-tailing winches. We're gonna walk forward. Oh, let's look at the tow rail. So on these, there aren't a lot of drains on the tow rail, so you do get a little water puddle up, and it does kind of cause a little peeling of the varnish sometimes, but the decks look like they're in terrific condition. I already walked them. I don't see any crazing or soft spots. And I think this is all original non-skid. Looks really good. Hey, we got a carbon fiber whisker pole right here. And you use that to hold your Genoa out when you're running downwind. And it is carbon fiber, so it's lighter, easier to handle. All our door rads are stainless steel. You can see them right here. They look good. And that wood around them looks like it's finished with C-Tall, a synthetic varnish. The windlass works, and it is all chain, and there is a snubber in one of the lockers to secure it once the chain is out. And I think there's a separate Fortress anchor, an aluminum anchor that's kind of like a Danforth style anchor. So if you had to drop an anchor real quick, you throw that out. Walking down the port side right now. So a lot of the running rigging's been replaced. You can see some of the newer lines here. Trust me, this guy's a big sailor, and his lines all work the way they're supposed to. You got a rigid boom vang. Sail cover with lazy jacks. So when you drop the sail, the lazy jacks kind of hold the sail there until you get your sail ties on it. Looks like the topping lift is new, unless that's the halyard. I'm not sure what that is. Topping lift or the halyard. So there is a Dodger. He doesn't have it up, but there is a Dodger. There's no bimini, but there is an awning that attaches to the back of the Dodger, and there's a little pole that attaches to the backstay. So if you're at anchor somewhere relaxing and you want more sun protection, you can put out that awning. You can see our Traveler here has new lines as well. Our main sheet's got new lines. Yeah, it looks pretty ship shape. There's some older sails, original sails. There's a cruising spinnaker that comes with the boat, an asymmetrical type spinnaker with a sock. So I don't have the full sail inventory, but I think the best sails are on the main. It's a fully battened main right now. Take a quick look inside the locker. Take this cushion off. And it is a pretty good sized locker here. And you'll see a number of fenders and dock lines, extra lines. We got a fire extinguisher in here. And some hoses for our head and the holding tank and all that stuff. Okay, let's go take a quick look down below. Okay, I'm at the top of the companionway looking on in. You can see we got the galley to starboard. That is a propane stove, 4-burner with an oven. And there's a propane locker in the back. There's one propane tank, but I believe there's room for 2 in the locker. And we do have refrigeration. We got 2 doors that open on top. And so you got a pretty big access in here, and with a cold plate. And then down below, you open up this door to get to the bottom of the fridge. So if you get the temperature set right, that could be the freezer. And the fridge on top. Quick look at the stove. He says they've had about 4 or 5 years and they've never really used the stove. So, but it's there, propane. Nav station to port. Some more of this newer hybrid touch. Raymarine electronics, newer radio here, VHF, stereo. You do have a single sideband. It worked during the last survey, but they've never used it, so I'm gonna guess it still works. That stuff's usually pretty bulletproof. our AC and our DC panels. Hey, one nice thing about this space is there's an S-bar heater. Let me just show you. Here's the control for it. So that's a diesel heating system, and there's vents here. So that was also last run when they did the survey, and it works. And I'm going to guess it still works, even though they haven't used it since. But that'll extend your season in the spring and in the fall here in New England in the Northeast. No air conditioning down here, but that heater is nice. So you can see the cushions are in terrific condition. This blue textured material, and it looks really good. I don't see tears. It doesn't even look faded. Nice table in the middle, and you got leaves that open up on both sides, so you can dine 2 from starboard and 2 to port, maybe even 3 kids. So the settee to port also looks really good. I'm not sure if those are original upholstery or it's been replaced. It looks that good. But yeah, terrific. Hey, I took a look around like the whole deck joint area up here, and I don't see any evidence of leaks, any staining. It rained like crazy yesterday, even pretty hard. And if there were leaks, I think we'd see it. But it looks really good. I'll just kind of show you around here. Nice bookcase here, or whatever you want to put in there. You can see it looks really good. Here's our chain plates coming down. More storage. Looks good. We'll look at the forward stateroom. It's a water tank under there. Big storage locker to port. And you have a sink here to starboard. So if somebody's using the head, somebody else can be using the sink. Nice mirror, another place for books or storage items. Some more cubbies here, little shelves. All looks good. We'll walk aft. We'll look at the aft stateroom. Lockers outboard. Looks like our Ray Marine antenna there. There's the pole for the awning in the back. I think the canvas part of it's back at his house. He doesn't have it on board right now, so. Fill cushion, I assume that may be for the table, or maybe the settee pulls out. I'll have to ask him about that. But I do see a fill cushion to make another berth. Life jackets, fender board, good size quarter berth, very comfortable for 2 back here. And finally, we'll look at the head. And it's a really good size head. So we have a manual toilet here. There's no odors in here, a lot of storage, mirrors, and then a separate shower area. And you can take that shower and do a hand shower, or you can pull it out and stick it in this sliding bracket here if you want. And then we have some holding tank, overboard discharge, Y valve, etc. stuff. So this boat is always maintained in the winter at a local marina. It's going to actually get hauled out pretty soon. And oil changes, filter changes, everything's winterized. Shrink wrap for the winter. So I like getting these videos before all that happens, so you can see the boat in its natural element and the way it'll look when you become the new owners of it. Okay, let's take a look at this Yanmar. This is a Yanmar 38 horsepower, original, 2,852 hours as mentioned. Everything's pretty easy to get to right here. We've got a Raycor water separator right in the front here. Our strainer also right in the front, easy to get to. I don't know where the impeller is on this one. Not sure where the impeller is right now, raw water impeller, but it gets swapped out by the boatyard every year. Looks to be in good shape. And I will let the surveyor do the rest. Once again, I'm Jonathan Smith with Prestige Yacht Sales. You can call or text me at 860-514-3763 or email me at jsmith@prestigeyaachtsales.net. Hey, I'd be happy to answer any questions or try to get you on board for a private showing of this 1997 Tartan 3800. It's only a 3-owner boat. The current owner is a very experienced yachtsman. He's had it for 4 or 5 seasons now. And, you know, he's done a few upgrades. And then the prior owner had it for a real long time and did some of the electronic upgrades. So it sounds like the last 2 owners who've had it for the majority of its life are very knowledgeable boaters, and they've taken really good care of this boat. And oh yeah, the bottom was stripped in 2024, barrier coated, and 2 coats of bottom paint. So should have a very fast bottom. That's a big job. That's not cheap to do. So that's included. That's all new, 2024 in the last year or so. If you have any questions, reach on out and I will do my best to answer them. Hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.